Welcome back to Explified, your go-to channel for mastering the IELTS exam and more. Today, we're bringing you the ultimate comprehensive guide to the IELTS examination. Whether you're new to IELTS or looking for an in-depth understanding, this video covers everything you need to know, from the test format and scoring system to expert tips for preparation. Let's dive right in. Section 1. What is IELTS? First things first, what exactly is IELTS? The International English Language Testing System, or IELTS, is an exam that assesses your English language skills in 4 key areas: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. It's designed for those who need to demonstrate their proficiency in English, whether for academic purposes, immigration, or professional registration. There are 2 types of IELTS tests: the academic test and the general training test. The academic test is typically for students applying to universities or colleges, while the general training test is for those migrating to English-speaking countries for work or training purposes. Section 2. The IELTS test format. The IELTS test consists of 4 sections: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Let's break them down one by one. Listening section, 30 minutes. In this section, you'll listen to 4 recordings of native English speakers and then answer 40 questions. The recordings include monologues and conversations, and the questions test your ability to understand main ideas, specific information, and opinions. Reading section, 60 minutes. The reading section is divided into 3 parts, and you'll have 40 questions to answer. For the academic test, you'll read passages that are more academic and complex, while the general training test includes extracts from books, advertisements, newspapers, and more everyday content. You'll be assessed on how well you understand the texts, including their structure, arguments, and ideas. Writing section, 60 minutes. This section includes 2 tasks. For academic IELTS, Task 1 involves describing visual information like charts or graphs, and Task 2 requires writing an essay. In the general training test, Task 1 asks you to write a letter, while Task 2 is an essay. Writing tests your ability to organize ideas, use appropriate language, and support your arguments effectively. Speaking section, 11 to 14 minutes. The speaking section is a face-to-face interview with an examiner. It's divided into 3 parts. In Part 1, you'll answer general questions about yourself. In Part 2, you'll speak on a specific topic for up to 2 minutes. And in Part 3, you'll discuss more abstract topics related to the theme of Part 2. The speaking section assesses your fluency, coherence, pronunciation, and grammar. Section 3. The IELTS scoring system. Now let's talk about how IELTS is scored. The IELTS test is scored on a band scale of 1 to 9, with each band corresponding to a level of English proficiency. You'll receive individual scores for each section: listening, reading, writing, and speaking, and these scores are then averaged to calculate your overall band score. A band score of 9 indicates that you're an expert user of English, while a 1 means you have very limited knowledge of the language. Most universities and employers require a minimum band score of 6.5 or 7 for admissions or employment. Section 4. How to register for IELTS. Registering for the IELTS exam is simple. You can do it online through the official IELTS website or by visiting an authorized test center. Remember to choose the right test, academic or general training, based on your goals. You'll also need to select a test date and location, so plan ahead, as slots can fill up quickly. The registration fee varies by country, so check your local test center for exact costs. Make sure you have a valid form of ID, usually a passport, which you'll also need to bring on test day. Section 5. Test day tips and what to expect. So, what can you expect on test day? First, arrive early to avoid any last-minute stress. The listening, reading, and writing sections are all taken on the same day, with no breaks in between, so be prepared for a roughly 3-hour session. The speaking section, however, may be scheduled on the same day or a different day, depending on your test center. Bring your ID and follow all the instructions given by the test center staff. Also, no need to bring pens or paper, as all materials will be provided. Make sure you're well rested, as concentration is key, especially during the long reading and writing sections. Section 6. Understanding IELTS band requirements. Before you start preparing, it's important to understand the band requirements for your specific goal. Different institutions and organizations have varying requirements. For example, a university might require a band score of 6.5 for undergraduate admission, while a professional organization may require a score of 7 or higher. Make sure you know the minimum band score required for your target, as this will help you plan your preparation more effectively. Section 7. Common mistakes and how to avoid them. Finally, let's look at some common mistakes that candidates make and how you can avoid them. Mistake 1. Poor time management. Many candidates struggle with managing their time, especially in the reading and writing sections. Practice taking timed mock tests to improve your speed and accuracy. Mistake 2. Not answering the question properly. In the writing section, make sure you're answering the question that's being asked. Don't just write generally on the topic. Ensure that your essay or report addresses the specific task requirements. Mistake 3. Overusing complex vocabulary. Using advanced vocabulary can help, but only if used correctly. Don't try to force complex words into your answers if you're not sure how to use them properly. Clear, simple language is often more effective. And there you have it, a comprehensive guide to the IELTS exam. Whether you're just starting out or looking for advanced tips to boost your score, understanding the test format, scoring system, and common pitfalls will give you a strong foundation for success. If you found this guide helpful, be sure to like the video, subscribe to Explify, and hit the bell icon for more IELTS tips and tricks. Good luck with your preparation, and we'll see you next time.